Is that clean? Are we clean? Good evening, beautiful people. Welcome back to the channel. It's a beautiful Southwest Kansas windy evening, and we're gonna go try to catch some bass. Like I said, it's windy. It is breezy, but we're gonna get back into this little channel, and we're gonna do some whopper plopping, maybe some spinner baits, see if we can't locate some largemouth bass. It's been a good spot for us in the past. Hopefully tonight it'll be more of the same. But if it's a total bust, at least we're out of the house, we're in nature, and we get to test out my new little toy. So I got some new lights for the pickup, and I haven't been able to use them. They literally got installed yesterday. I'm in love with the way that they look. But more than that, we usually fish till dark. We get everything loaded. We're headed back in. Around the places where we fish, there's a ton of deer. I've actually hit one. And tonight we're gonna test them out. We get to use them. So I'm excited to fly home on this dirt road with some daylight ahead of us. So if nothing else, we get to test the new lights tonight, and I'm excited about that. So anyway, I'm gonna get in the yak on the water and see if they're biting. So let's do it. We're gonna move on around the corner, try to get tucked up in there out of this wind, and it'll get a little deeper. So we should have a better opportunity to get into the fish, because I'm sure the water temp, oh, it's probably 78, somewhere in that neighborhood. Not too bad, but we'll get into a little bit of deeper water. Maybe we'll be able to find them. I don't think they're gonna be up here in this 2-foot stuff. Oh, whopper plopper. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're good. The whopper flopper just got hung up on itself, which is normal. It would have done that anyway. There we go. Yep. Not a giant, but he'll do. All of this right in here looks really good. There we go, little guy. Got the skunk out of the boat. And I thought for sure there'd be another one right in here. Definitely a lot of maneuvering with the wind. A lot of moving parts. If you catch a fish, you're just gonna wind up in those trees, and you're gonna have to be okay with it. Oh my gosh, what is happening? The end, I don't get it. It's like a freaking blooper reel. Ah. Wow. Well, I'll be honest, I haven't had to fight wind like this on the kayak in quite a while. It doesn't mean that it hasn't been windy. It means that we just don't come out in it. I thought we were gonna have more protection. Like, how is this little berm right here not protecting us better? I'm confused by that. And then I just keep getting hung up on myself. Insult to injury. move over and see if I can tuck myself back into this little, I don't know that I'll be able to cast, but there's just stuff all in the way. Yeah. All right, I'm going up ahead. Golly, this is a fight in here tonight. Well, it's looking very dense up ahead, but I'm gonna try to get through it. Almost lost the GoPro and the hat. This is not good. I'm gonna break my rod. Wow, this is kind of a deal here tonight. Kind of a deal. But it'd be totally worth it if we were catching fish. But we're not. We've got one fish. Stuck on. Golly. What an animal nature can be. Oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. It's a constant fight. You know, as I'm sitting out here fighting the trees and the wind and the branches and the lure, absolutely everything. I mean, I am fighting every bit of this fishing experience. I'm fighting it. Like right now, I'm just trying not to break my rods. I'm getting blown around. I've got kind of like zero control. It's really making me think about everything that's going on in the world right now. I don't live like all over the world. I live in the United States, and more importantly, I live in Kansas, and I live in Dodge City. And I feel like it's important for me to really focus on my community and where my community's at. And in my community, people aren't at each other's throats. In my community, people are still standing up for each other. They're still serving one another. They're still going to work. They're still honoring each other the best way that they know how. Now, granted, everybody's not perfect and people screw up, but for the most part, my community in Dodge City, Southwest Kansas, is moving forward and is honoring each other in the way that they're living their lives. But all over the country and in these big cities, you see all this turmoil and everything that's going on. And the thing that I think drives me insane, the thing that saddens me the most, the thing that makes it hard for me, is the fact that you can't have an opinion, right, wrong, or indifferent. You can't say what you feel or believe, because no matter what it is, how good it is, how thought out, how much you prepared for it, how much you studied what you're about to say, how right you are, there's always going to be people ready to oppose whatever you say, and that you will be wrong, and that you will be torn down, and that you will be violated. I mean, people are being violated for saying simple things that are true or that make sense and they're being beaten for it, or their businesses are being burned down, or their homes are being attacked. That's what really saddens me right now, watching our nation, is the fact that you no longer have the right to have a thought to yourself. You can't speak your mind on any panel or on anything because there's a fear of repercussions from somewhere. It's like, you can't be different. You can't have a different opinion. You can't have a thought, even, like I said, even if it's right. It goes all the way back to Jesus. You know, Jesus was 100% right, and they still nailed him to a cross. 100% right, and people still opposed what he was doing. And that's the problem today. And so you can't speak your mind. You can't begin to have a conversation with somebody about something because for fear of, like, you know, getting beat up or taken out of context and, you know, humiliated. And it's not even that. It's not even like people taking stuff out of context, because you should be able to have an opinion for yourself, even if it is wrong, even if it is crazy. Republicans, Democrats, all these political mess, you should be able to have an opinion, share your opinion, and not be afraid that the next day there's going to be 100 people in your street burning down your neighborhood. That's the sad part. I don't know. So I haven't said anything really. I think it's just real simple. You know, I wanted to talk about it in my videos because it's part of my life. I've got kids and we're teaching them at home, like, you know, all the stuff that they're seeing on the news, we're teaching them about it and how to react and how they should honor people. But I just think it's real simple. I think you honor people by sacrificing yourself. You give up what's right to save a relationship. You give up being right. Just for the sake of being right, it's not worth tearing a relationship apart. It's just that simple. And the other thing is, it's just incredibly simple right now that nobody's even thinking about, nobody's even looking at, is two wrongs don't make it right. You know, there's a lot of things that we've done wrong as a nation, but I tell you what, doing something wrong in the name of liberating that stuff doesn't make it right. And it's simple. That's the stuff that, you know, that's the stuff you teach your kindergartners. Just because somebody hits you in the face doesn't mean you hit them in the face to make it even, you know? It's so basic, but we have just completely ignored that as a society. We've completely looked the other way, and we're in an attempt to get justice, we're willing to tear each other apart. And that sucks. So I don't know. When you're out here and you're trying to catch fish and you're not catching fish, you're thinking about the world and you're thinking about life. And I love the community I live in. I live in a small community and I love my community. I love the people that are in it, and we just keep seeing people helping other people regardless of what's going on around them. And misery loves company. People don't like the fact that our community is thriving, that our community is banding together and taking care of each other. They want chaos. They want it to be broken. They want the system to be broken. 100% right. And they killed him. But thank God that it didn't end there, right? So regardless of where you're at and what you're facing and what you're going through in your community, man, there's hope for change, and there's hope for life. Man, I'm just praying for everybody. I pray that the Lord would just fill your city with love, like sacrificial love. Not the love that we see on TV, like, oh, I just really love chocolate. I'm talking about like, hey, I love you so much that I'm gonna die for you. That's how much I love you. That's how important you are, is I'm willing to die for you. That's real love. I'm praying for that kind of love in your community, wherever you're at. Tonight was a tough night. Sometimes you catch fish, sometimes you don't, but it's good to be on the water, and it's good to be just thinking about how good we have it and how blessed we are, and praying for other people to get those blessings. So, man, I love you guys. Thanks for watching. I enjoy making these videos, and I love your guys' comments. Looking forward to doing a lot more of it. So be blessed. Thanks for watching. and we'll see you next time on No Coast Angling.